Om Om Sadashivasmarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mahavidyushavahī. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sriharim Paramanandam Upadishtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyaham. Verse number 105. Sajatiya Prabhahasya Vijatiya Tiraskutihi Niyamo hi Paranandaha Niyamat Kriyate Buddhi. After discussing Yama, Adi Shankaracharya thought of taking up this Niyama. So after Yama comes Niyama. In Yoga Shastra, as all of you know, so Niyama means starts with Shaucham, Santosha, Tapa, Swadhyaya, and Ishvara Pradhana. So these are the 5 things in Yoga. So in short, use. Niyama in short, do not. And Niyama in short, do's. So these are the 5 things to be done every day. What technically, culturally we say that these are called Nitya Karma. So when you say Nitya Karma, means this is to be done regularly. And if you do, remember, you may not get any punyam, but if you do not do, you will have pratyavaya dosham, one type of defect that comes out of omission. So starts with Shaucham, so that first let us remember this Yoga Sutra, because if we do not look at that aspect, then things will go other way around. When you say this Shaucham, the cleanness aspect cannot be compromised. Because first we start external cleanness. You need to take care of external cleanness. Like suppose you are having class in the morning, sitting all of you, don't sit in the same room where, same dining table or whatever some of you might be doing, not acceptable. And minimum thing is morning you need to clean your house. So without cleaning your house, if you sit and start listening to Vedanta, nothing is going to enter, okay? You are wasting your time and you are wasting my time. And that too, the text here is Aparokshanubhuti. Maybe you are good in experiencing some other things, not Aparoksha Brahma. I am very clear in this regard. So first thing is that external cleanness. After the external cleanness means the surrounding, you need to clean, you need to take care. After this external cleanness or cleaning the surrounding, next step would be cleaning your body and the dressing. That's why we have a very good concept. The concept is that once we use any cloth. Today is gone, yes. Because when I was having class, I thought, okay, no class. I don't think I'll take class. But exactly right time, electricity went up. I said, God is kind. So that we'll have class. Because today is Happy Janmashtami, Lord Krishna's birthday. And from last night onwards, because there is some difference little bit here and there, last night onwards, our next place temple. So they are putting the loudspeaker and celebrating. So nothing much can be done, okay? And I respect that. So I was going to know, happy, wow, electricity has gone so that we can complete our class. Now came back. But doesn't matter. This is our background music, okay? So I hope it is audible or not audible, all of you. Is it audible? Okay, fine. So don't worry. So now, what is happening here is, first we say that take care of your surrounding past saucham. Because if you do not take care of surrounding properly, tamas gets in. I'll do it later on. In fact, yesterday I did, because some of you do it, previous night they clean it. Sick mind. Like any star hotel is much more cleaner, supposed to be, okay, than your house. But do you feel comfortable? If you are a sensitive person, of course. Because the day you entered there, that day it was not clean. It was cleaned 2 days before. Whereas if you enter a small, let us say, this, homestay and other things may not be that clean, but before you could come, they have cleaned. That's why you feel the difference. I give a small example, okay? So cleaning before, cleaning night is not acceptable, because that's why minimum thing in Yoga Sutra you have to follow, because yoga in West and India is gone case. You know better. And these are the part of cultural practices. So in the morning, whether you like it or not, you have to clean. It's like, I should not get into too much, because unless I talk again, nothing will enter. Say, for example, the bed that you use, you have to at least change the linen. If you cannot change the linen, at least, like in the hotel, how they do it, one group goes, then they change the bedsheet, okay? They do many times. At least do that, linen. And nowadays, all technology, you have few minutes, take vacuum cleaner and complete the job. You will see a big difference in you. And second thing comes to body. So cleaning body. And don't be miser while cleaning the body. Please understand. And of course, the clothes. The moment you use one cloth and remove it, you should not put it back. It takes care of a lot of things. You can understand the situation. So that's why here is being said. First is, we take care of physical surrounding cleanness, then body, then through this called mind. In fact, we have this thing. Generally, when we do snanam, we take bath. We don't take bath keeping quiet. So earlier days, while taking a shower, there are mantras. Well, I am saying earlier days. Nowadays, taking shower, nobody keeps quiet. Everybody sings, okay? So all singers are born in bathroom. You understand? So from mantra, it has shifted to what? Your frustration or all your subconscious, allowing the subconscious mind to pop up, because there is no one to listen to you. Here, when you start cleaning, then what happens? You will discover slowly this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamascharya. That is six Auris. Shad Ripu. Six enemies. They will be taken care by cleanness. Swami is in concept, culturally we follow. That's why whenever a person gets angry unnecessarily, gets disturbed unnecessarily, so we ask the person to use this Spatika mala. So when the person uses this Spatika crystal mala, okay? So when this crystal mala is being used, what we say that the moment your anger is over, remove that crystal mala and wash it. And further, I can give you a tip. Whenever you are depressed, whenever you are angry, or any emotion has taken over you, nothing to do. Just you need to change your dress. Put the dress in the washing machine, okay, straight. Don't keep it, again, I can reuse it, okay? Please. That's why don't become miser in this regard, okay? So put it in the, not dustbin, in washing machine, okay? Remember this, okay? So at least, so it can be reused by after wash, okay? But if you are really rich and no problem, you can put in the dustbin, okay? Go for next one. That's another point for you. How? That's why our job is through physical cleanness, we have to achieve inner cleanness. And remember, unless there is physical cleanness, inner cleanness will not happen. Oh, you can say, look, I am doing mantra snanam. Because I met one so-called enlightened person, stinks. Because he uses all sort of spray. I can't handle that. So then I asked one of his followers, what is this? He's putting so much spray. What is happening? Is he taking cleaning himself, taking shower properly or not? And he has got matted hair and a very funny fellow, very famous. And no, he is ever clean. So they have picked up this word nitya shuddha ityarthaha. For ever clean person, cleanness, external cleanness is not required. Now tell me, if ever clean person doesn't need external cleanness, then why this spray? Do you understand the concept? I don't want to get into too much, it doesn't look nice. So that's why when we talk about shaucham, in short, shaucham takes care of my inner conflict. That's why I'll give you another tip. Whenever there is a conflict in you, spend time cleaning your house, cleaning at least your bathroom, cleaning something external. Literally, that it takes care of your inner conflict. It's amazing. You can observe this point. It works perfectly. However, after this comes santosha. So santosha means positively making my mind happy. Because there are people who are born to become unhappy. So they are called born miserable, okay? I remember this example, Puja Swamiji used to give this example. We have traditional example also the same way. This example is, those days traveling, a couple were traveling by train. And because I'm saying those days means there was no bottled water supplied in the train, nothing in India. And they had to pass through one station, after that another long station. And in station few minutes, and you have to fill the water in the station those days. Because all water was perfect. In fact, no contaminated water. Nowadays, so-called bottled water is more contaminated than those days water, to be very honest. In India, before, I can openly say, before 80s, all over India, any water you can drink, including canal waters. In 40 years of time, even if so-called bottled water, you cannot drink. This is called advancement, okay? Anyway, coming back. So this train stopped, the person, So wife asked, go and get some water. So the person was about to get down, but train started moving. Then he got it. Now what wife said, I told you to bring water. Now I'm thirsty. What to do? What to do? What to do? Oh, then the husband said, okay, wait, another 2-3 hours. After 2-3 hours, next will come. First job is I'll get it. So next station came. So he really was prepared, got down and filled, came back. Now, please drink, keep quiet. Now, after drinking, what the wife says, I was thirsty, I was thirsty, I was thirsty. Now, to this sort of people, it's not a woman, it's a man also. Okay? Just example sake, I took it. So there are people who are born to be unhappy, to be miserable. And always they will try to find out some reason or other to become unhappy. And if there is no reason, they will create situation, okay? They will fight with others so that let other person be unhappy and I become unhappy. And those sort of people are always in competition, remember. So when the mind is in competition with others unnecessarily, again, I'm carefully using this word. When a person's mind is in competition with others unnecessarily, that mind is called miserable mind. And to that mind, you cannot make happy. To that person, even if you give Indrapada, the best of best, after a few minutes, the person will start complaining, why did you give this padam so late? You understand? Maybe you had some agenda. That's why you delayed. For what? And for this, we say very carefully, the first most important santosha means training my mind to become happy positively. So at any given moment, my mind starts seeing happiness, not finding out fault or defect. It's exactly like your neighbor. That's why one of the teaching of Jesus is what? Love thy neighbor, which is not possible, okay? How can you love your thy neighbor? And this is called santosha. What he was trying to communicate is santosha. So satisfy, make your mind happy with reference to your neighbor. Don't compete with your neighbor. Don't compare yourself with your neighbor. Never ever do that. Imagine if you start competing or comparing yourself with your neighbor, will you become happy in your life? We have to compliment our neighbor. This is the basic thing one is supposed to learn. So that complimenting your neighbor is called loving your neighbor. Nothing else. So that's why satisfaction, what we call as santosha, that is a personal decision. Can you see this point? And this personal decision comes out of maturity. And for that, of course, you need what? Lot of things, grace, many other factors are required. But on the top of it, you have to decide. And of course, santosha, after that comes tapas, because I am supposed to quickly cover it so that we will come to our topic. So tapas means austerity. So austerity means disciplining yourself. As you know, there is no difference physically, starving and fasting. But internally, there is a big difference. For example, today is Krishna Janmashtami. We call Janmashtami, Lord Krishna's birthday. Almost all over India, especially Hindus, I am trying to say, they really fast whole day till Lord Krishna is born. Till night, they will fast. I can say openly, at least more than 60, 70, like 700 million people, just average I'm saying, 700 million people must be fasting today. That sort of impact. Now, what is the difference between fasting and starving? Physically, both are one and same, but internally, one decides, other one is forced. So when you decide to discipline yourself, that is called tapas, that is called tyaga. And that discipline makes you to grow. That's why I say, if you don't discipline yourself, you'll be forced to discipline. When you don't decide to discipline yourself, you'll be forced to be disciplined. That's a beautiful saying we have, that, the parents will say, don't worry, if your child is not listening to you, make him or her married. That's all. You have done 50% job done. And of course, later on, one child is born, poor fellow. See, because nowadays you can divorce your wife or husband. Can you divorce your child? Try. Even though you divorce, it's not going to work. You cannot abandon your child. You cannot divorce your child. Oh, just I'm stretching a little bit more. So this tapas helps to mastery over my sense organs. Then, of course, after tapas comes what? So we need to do swadhyaya. So swadhyaya means studying one's own self. This is a new version, okay? All yoga people. Studying one's own self. Please. That's why self-study is not allowed. Secondly, all this Google, this, that is useless. I'm opening. If you don't look at Google, it's better for you. Because Google will give you information without any guarantee. You do not know the source. Origin is not known at all. And whenever anybody writes, it's like, nowadays create reel. People create reel. What is their target? How the viewers will increase. Not I am giving content. And if they give content, you think that reel will be popular? Any content-based reel never becomes popular. If happens, that means something is wrong, okay? So also, here swadhyaya means doing parayanam, doing regular chanting every day, starting with your Veda or a given text. Like, for example, Bhagavad Gita. Or you are studying now Aparokshanubhuti. Every day, okay, I'll decide before coming to the class, I will chant up to this, whatever I have studied, half an hour. So this is called swadhyaya. Without fail, I am supposed to do some swadhyaya. That's why, especially after Avanyavatam, after changing this, sacred thread, what they should? Vedabhyasa you have to do. Correct or not? So all these guys, they do Vedabhyasa only one time, okay? Then they do it for next year. You are supposed to do every day. It's an amazing concept, okay? However, this is called swadhyaya, doing parayanam. Because when you do parayanam, A lot of things happens. Not only you take care of surroundings, you train your body, mind, speech, and interestingly, you also train your thinking process. And finally comes Ishvara Pranidhan. So Ishvara Pranidhan means accepting Ishvara in one's own life. Means without Ishvara, there is nothing. Anything and everything that I do, always I put Ishvara in front. I do everything for Ishvara, not for me. No, no, in me, I do everything for me. Ishvara must support me, okay? That's why I go to temple, I go to church, I go to mosque to bribe him once in a while, okay? You understand? Ishvara does not support you. That's the problem, okay? Do you support the Ishvara? Means the law. Anyway, let me not stretch too much. So put together this what we call as niyama. But he puts it in a very nice way. Let us read it so that it becomes easier. Sajatiya pravahasya vijatiya tiraskruti niyamo hi paranandah niyamat kriyate buddhi. Now it says, look, niyamat buddhi kriyate. And what is kriyate? This is parananda. Ayam hi parananda. So this is something called parananda. So parananda means absolute ananda, means there is no dukkham at all. So that is being practiced, niyamat, regularly being followed, kriyate, being really followed or practiced. How and why? He says, look, the Brahma is what? Sajatiya, vijatiya, sogata, vedarahita. I hope you have heard this statement, okay? That's why to understand this thing, you need background. Sajatiya. So Sajatiya means, look, jati is one. Attribute is one. Jati is not caste, okay? This is how this Max Muller destroyed India. But we should not forget to remind, okay? Because Max Muller was hired by Britishers to destroy Hindu culture, Indian people. And which he adopted later on. Means he accepted, not adopted, he accepted that I did a big destruction. So that is not being popular. That is not really, many few people know. Very few people know this. However, so Sajatiya means like tree is one type of jati, one type of attribute. So there is mango tree in a jungle. So that means that all trees are there. Different types of trees are there. So one jati, tree jati. So when we say, look, tree jati, no problem. There is mango tree, there is oak tree, there is pineapple, coconut, this, that. It's because all tree, this is called sajati. But there is some difference also. But still, it belongs to one category called jati, with one attribute, because job is to give fruit. Whereas we say vijatiya means the different attributes, like tree jati, pasu jati, animal jati. So animal kingdom, plant kingdom. So there is a difference or not? So they are different in nature. And swagata means in this body also, there is different. In a tree also, trunk, is different from branch. Branch is different from leaf. Leaf is different from chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is different from flower, then fruit, this, that. So in one tree, there are differences. Now, Brahman is free from all sort of differences. Long back, we have discussed in different occasions. So here is being highlighted, taking the same word. So what is a niyama? So niyama, Vedantic terminology, is called sajatiya pravahascha. So in your day-to-day life, while listening to, now while moving, observing, experiencing, you need to allow the thought that belongs to same attribute. Like we have Nitya Brahma, Suddha Brahma, Mukta Brahma, Aham Muktosmi. I am Nitya, I am eternal. I am Shuddha, I am pure. Advaya, non-duality. I am Mukta, liberated. So these are called Sajatiya. So each one, it's not necessary you have to say no. Only one thing you have to think, okay, I am Nitya, 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 Nitya. Then suddenly comes what? There is something called Nitya, okay? So one popular fellow is there, Nityananda suddenly comes. Hey, no, I am not Ananda, only Nitya. Then the moment Nityananda comes, Kailas will come, okay? Don't worry. Then along with the Kailas, a lot of other things will come which you cannot handle. So that becomes Vijatiya. You understand? Nitya Ananda is a Sajatiya. But along with Nitya Ananda, when a Kailasa gets in and his get-up comes in, that becomes a Vijatiya. You understand? Practical example, okay? So now what here you need to do? Says adopting Sajatiya Vrittis and keeping Vijatiya differences. Suppose the moment somebody goes, oh, I am miserable. Whatever it may be, but I am depressed. Nobody likes me. So this becomes Vijatiya. So there you are not getting rid of, hey, look, keeping a distance, Tiraskruta. So why create a distance from that? And how it will happen? More you dwell upon, more you understand, more you see, and more you give importance to the teaching, your mind will start flowing in this. That's why you can see this point. How we understand, whether a person is able to understand or not. Once in a while, we allow the question answer. It is not a question answer to you to ask question. In a question answer session, the guru tries to understand more than the student asking question to understand. A guru tries to understand whether this person has understood or not, understanding or not. Because all your questions, whether it's relevant or not, whether it is sajatiya or vijatiya, you understand? If your question is vijatiya, that means nothing is entering. Can you see this point? It's amazing. We look at many other aspects in this regard. So that's why here, what is to be done is allowing sajatya pravaha, allowing the mind think. That's why you can see, I look at this point very carefully. Any student, one of the most important qualification of a student is continuing the job what is being given. That's why I don't want to give any job to any one of you because I know you will throw. At least take up a job and continue without failure, without break. But what happens to you? You know better. Today you take, tomorrow you drop, or day after tomorrow you stop, you change, you modify, you do this, do that. The day you took over, how did you write? Because I don't want to say anything to you. You can make a note. Look, I decide today to do this thing. I will maintain it for 1 year. I'm not talking forever, okay? 1 year. And the best example is after 1 month you read what you wrote. Will you able to accept yourself if you are a sensible person? That's why one of the reason was that start writing your diary agenda. Put on paper so that you can see where you are going wrong. And here he says, how this is Sajatya? Because when we give a work, for example, say even if a painting is being given to you, do keep painting ashram whole day. Even if there is, I'll give you a beautiful example. This I'll stop it. I'm going a little bit differently. When Pujya Swamiji was studying under Pranavananji Maharaj, it's very nice. So this example Pujya Swamiji also has shared, and interestingly, one of his Guru Bhai also he shared something. Very nice it was. Pranavananji will be sitting, a small ashram, it's not a big ashram actually, a very small ashram I would rather say, and he will be sitting. So some 3 to 4 brahmacharis were there. So one of them, Swami Dayananji, and he will ask, build a house. So building a house means mud, okay? Bamboo, mud and all these things. So you have to, make. And he will be sitting, he will never go there. From a distance, it is just, maximum 200, sorry, let us say 30, or let us say 50 to 70 meters away, okay? 50 to 70 meters away, but he will never go, but he will watch. And it takes months together to build the house, okay? So all of them will join together and make the house ready. Then they will invite Swamiji, please come. Now house is ready. Then he will enter. He will look at. So he'll find out some mistake, okay? Break it. Now what will be reaction if you happen to? Is he crazy or what? Sitting here, doing nothing, watching us. Now we call him, and suddenly he's finding out, no, is it wrong? But if you are a student, you cannot open your mouth. If you are a visitor, if you are a, thinker, of course you have full right to open your mouth. Not only open your mouth, open everything, okay? Then again they will build it. After building, again they will call few months, because again you have to dismantle and break all the wall and pour water. It's big job. Again they will build it. Suppose he discovers there is no problem at all in the house. Then he will say, oh, if people made a mistake, this house could have been shifted some 2 meters that side. Now what will happen to you? You will go crazy. What is going on? No, we'll manage, Swamiji. Why to shift 2 meters? You will say, no, we'll change our place, okay? And if you have money, you will say, Swamiji, why can't we get 2 meters extra land this side? You understand? You will argue. That means you are not a student. It's not that easy to get this knowledge, please understand. What people think, oh. Hey, please, it's not that easy. That's why you have all information, but right time, it does not work at all. That's why sajatya prabhascha vijatya tiraskrutihi. So allowing the same thought keep moving. And when different type of thoughts pop up, automatically they get dropped. You create a distance. You don't have to do really tiraskaram at all. Because once you don't give importance to that different thoughts, it gets dropped, fizzle out. And he says, this is called niyamaha, because where you don't allow any dukkham. to gain strength in your mind. In fact, you are always Ananda Surupa, Parananda. And that is what to be practiced. And that is what is called Niyama. More of it, we'll see. Om Om Punnamada Punnamitam Punna Punnamadachyate Punnasya Punnamadaya Punnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.